Have you ever been fooled? Truly, utterly deceived? I was 16 when I first encountered the word subterfuge. My best friend lied about studying together, only to sneak out with a crush. I called him a traitor. My teacher overheard and said, "Ah, that's not betrayal, that's subterfuge." Subterfuge. A word that rolls off the tongue like a whisper, yet carries the weight of centuries of cunning, strategy, and deception. But what does it truly mean? And why should you care? The word subterfuge originates from the Latin subter, meaning beneath, or secretly, and fugere, meaning to flee. Together, they form subterfugium, a term that translates to an evasion or a stealthy escape. It first appeared in English in the 1570s, used to describe clever maneuvers employed to evade detection or escape difficulty. Historically, subterfuge was the tool of diplomats and spies, a weapon wielded in wars and political intrigue. But today, it's everywhere, woven into business strategies, personal relationships, and even our daily conversations. Subterfuge is not just an act, it's a mindset, a calculated dance between truth and deception. History's greatest minds weaponized it. Sun Tzu wrote, "All warfare is based on deception." Shakespeare's Iago, a master of planting doubt. But here's the kicker, subterfuge isn't just evil. Ever told a friend their haircut looks bold to avoid hurting them? That's subterfuge too. We all do it. I remember the first time I encountered this word. I was reading a novel where a character used subterfuge to escape an impossible situation. It struck me, how often do we employ subtle tricks or evasions in our own lives? A white lie here, an excuse there. It's fascinating how deeply embedded subterfuge is in human behavior. Let's break it down. Subterfuge can be as simple as dodging an uncomfortable question or as complex as orchestrating an elaborate scheme to gain power. In literature, we see characters using subterfuge to outwit their enemies. Think spies infiltrating enemy ranks or con artists deceiving their victims. But here's the twist, subterfuge isn't inherently good or bad. It's neutral, a tool that can be used for survival or manipulation. For instance, someone might use subterfuge to protect their privacy from prying eyes or shield themselves from societal pressures. On the other hand, it can lead to fraud and betrayal when wielded irresponsibly. So why does this matter? Because understanding subterfuge gives us insight into human nature, the lengths people will go to achieve their goals while concealing their true intentions. It challenges us to think critically about honesty versus strategy. In literature, subterfuge often serves as a mirror reflecting society's complexities. T.H. White wrote about knights using deception during tournaments, while Margaret Atwood explored its role in relationships fraught with suspicion and doubt. These stories remind us that subterfuge is not just about trickery, it's about survival in a world where truth can be both liberating and dangerous. Here's my challenge for you, dissect words like subterfuge. Decode their meanings. Decipher their implications. Words are powerful, they shape how we perceive ourselves and others. Let's push beyond conventional thinking. Subterfuge teaches us that life isn't black and white, it's filled with shades of gray where strategy meets morality. Use this knowledge not just to spot deception but also to understand its purpose, and maybe even inspire change. So next time you encounter subterfuge, whether in politics, business, or your personal life, pause for reflection. Ask yourself, what lies beneath? And how can I rise above?